Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Natalia Leigh. I'm an indie author and the managing editor at Enchanting Publishing, and welcome to another writing and publishing vlog. So we're going to be doing a few things on this vlog. Today is Friday, September 22nd, and my book one of my paranormal romance is finished. The proofread is done. I sent the paperback form off to my cover designer and they told me that that had about a 2-week turnaround. So I should be getting that back at the beginning of October. And at that point I can get that full wrap and everything uploaded to KDP. The interior of the book is done except for a pre-order link. I want to put a pre-order link for book 2 in the back of book 1, and I have not set that up yet because I don't want to put a release date in stone just yet for book 2. I am working on book 2 now. I wrote a little bit last night. I wrote a little bit the night before that. Let me get it pulled up here and we'll see where my word count is and where we're at with that. It has been a little bit difficult to get back into book 2 because I was so focused on book 1. There really is, I'm learning, a process for me where jumping from book to book is it's difficult. Like, I have a hard time, it's unsettling, that's the word I was going for. I have a hard time settling back in once I have shifted gears into a different project. So I just finished the proofread for book 1 this past weekend, and now this week I have been kind of slowly reacquainting myself with what I have on book 2. So book 2 is sitting at 15,579 words, and I am working on chapter 7, which is, it is kind of like the beat right after the inciting incident happens. So we had our inciting incident in chapter 5 actually, and then we had a little bit of like further development and preparation for the journey type scene in chapter 6, and now we're in chapter 7 and we're kind of like embarking on the journey. So that's where I'm at for book 2, sitting at 15,579 words. So we're going to be working on that today, and I'm also going to be working on some arc stuff because I'm doing arcs differently this time around. Because I am publishing these books under a pen name, I'm going to be trying out a few different arc services, and I'm going to try to kind of acquaint myself with those services, see what they need, and just get rolling on that. So that's what we're going to be working on. I need to finish updating the Preptober Workbook today because that comes out on October 1st. So if you are planning on participating in NaNoWriMo, the Preptober Workbook would be wonderful for that. It helps you plan and plot your novel, create characters, create your villain, try out some different writing styles, especially if you are a newer writer and you're still trying to find out what is most comfortable for you and what works best. That would be wonderful. So that will be up, like I said, on October 1st, and I'll do a video about that when the time comes. So that is enough for an intro. Let's go ahead and dive into doing some arc stuff. Hello my friends, it is the next day. Today is Saturday, and it is just after 4 o'clock, and I wanted to update you on what I've been working on. So Sasha is here. She is talking, so you're gonna probably hear her. What was I doing yesterday? I was starting the process. I was starting the arc process. Now I've made great progress on that. I am currently working on finishing up the arc copies that are going to go out to arc readers. So I am getting all of that going. I am quite excited about it. I have also decided on a release date. So I have a release date. I'm setting up my arc readers, and I'm just feeling so excited about this. I haven't released a book since Pistol Daisy, and even though nobody knows that I'm putting a book out, like under a new pen name, nobody knows that pen name, it's still exciting. So even though there's nobody else celebrating with me, I still feel so proud of myself for having been able to write and edit and publish a book again, because it has been a long time and I'm just proud of myself and I'm feeling excited about it. So that is what I'm doing. I am working on getting the ARC copies uploaded, and I finished the Preptober workbook. I finished updating the calendars. I updated the design, all of that. I took it into town today and had a little bit of a weird experience at the place where I print it. It's always been okay before, but when I went in there today, the woman told me that to get it spiral bound, it takes 24 hours. She made it very clear to me that they have new rules at the printing place that it takes 24 hours to spiral bind something, even though I have watched them do it before. Like, they would just do it in front of me and then I would pay for it and walk out. So she told me I had to come back. So the Preptober workbook is there being spiral bound for 24 hours. And I'm gonna have to go back into town tomorrow. And of course, the reason I didn't want to, the reason I was bummed out and kind of irritated when she told me that there was this new rule there is because it's a long drive into town for us. To get there, it's about 35 minutes because it's kind of on the far end of town. So it's a long drive to get there just to go and pick up the Preptober workbook. But she said it's a new rule, so I had to play along. So yeah, the Preptober workbook is going to be out on October 1st. The design is all good. I will go and pick that up tomorrow so that I can film a video and tell you guys about it, especially for those of you who are new here within the last year and you've not seen the Preptober workbook before. I'll give you kind of a rundown of everything that's in it. So yeah, I did that. I posted a new Patreon video yesterday. We have 2 new patrons, Emma and Mon, and I want to thank both of you if you're watching this for joining our Patreon. Emma let me know that she didn't even know that I had a Patreon, and it's because I don't really talk about it or post about it very much. And I guess I just need to get a little bit more comfortable with that. I do have a Patreon, if you didn't know, but it is for it's associated with my second channel, like my lifestyle channel, and it's primarily for the horses and for any other animals that we would eventually like to adopt or rescue. So I post primarily about the animals on there. I want to post more about simple living, gardening, cooking, and kind of the lifestyle that we're trying to build here, the homestead that we're trying to develop and get going. And yeah, so I do have a Patreon. If you're interested, I will have it linked down below. Emma, thank you for letting me know that you had no idea that it even existed. So yeah, I did that, and this hair just doesn't want to work with me today. So that is where we are at currently. I uploaded my book, my EPUB, to Kindle, and I was doing the little review, and I found one line spacing error in like a handwritten letter, so I had to go back and fix that, and now I'm going to re-upload it. But apart from that little line spacing error, everything looks beautiful. So it's ready to go. And the last thing I'm gonna be waiting on to truly finalize the ebook and the paperback will be the pre-order link for book 2. I am working on book 2, as you already know, and when book 1 comes out, I want it to already have the pre-order for book 2. My goal with that is that if somebody reads the book and they enjoy it, they will have an easily accessible pre-order link so they can just go ahead and pre-order it instead of forgetting that the book even exists. So that is the last thing I'm gonna have to do. I do have a release date, like a spring release date in mind, but I want to give myself a few more weeks before I really lock in a release date for book 2. So that's all there is to say on that. I'm getting my book cover for book 2 at the end of November, so that's exciting. So I'm going to finish up with all of these ARCs, and I'm gonna keep you guys updated with how this goes. I've never tried an ARC service before. This is my first time trying one, and I think this will be a really good experience for me because I've only ever done ARCs through my audience, like already having an audience established. And most authors, debut authors, probably a lot of you out there, don't have an audience established. So it's actually kind of refreshing and humbling to be back in that position again and to be kind of navigating the publishing world without an audience behind me. So I think it's going to be a challenge, but I hope that I'm going to learn a lot from it, and I hope I'm going to be able to share tips with you that are more than just build an audience, because I know from experience it has taken me 7.5, I'm almost at 8 years here on YouTube. So it has taken me a very long time to build the audience that I have. So yeah, I have talked a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this clip, and I'm going to get back to getting these arcs uploaded. Okay, update time, and I'm sorry it's a little bit loud in here. I have the dishwasher running. I'm trying to stand away from it, but it's probably loud in the background. So I finished with my ARC stuff. It took quite a while making sure that I had all the right files. Like I needed EPUB, PDF, I needed a sample for one website. So I just needed a lot of different things, but I finally got them all. I got them organized, I got them uploaded, and the book is officially available on one review site, and the other review site is reviewing it. They have at least 2 steps of like a review process to make sure that, one, they will be a good fit for your book and that they have the right audience for you. And I've already gone through that review process and they approved it. And then the second step is to make sure that you have a high quality manuscript. They double check things like formatting and editing to make sure that it'll be a good experience for their reviewers. So I am in that step currently, and I'm hoping that that book will go live this week on that second review platform. And yeah, I mean, it's done pretty much. I'm doing ARCs for the first time through an ARC service, and I will keep you updated with how that goes. And now I'm gonna make dinner. I'm trying a couple new recipes this week. I'm going to try a broccoli soup, and I'm going to make a vegan shepherd's pie. I'm not sure which one I'm going to make tonight. I'm gonna pull out my recipes and see which one is faster, because it's already 6 o'clock almost. It's 5:45, and I still need to feed the horses, make us dinner, water the garden, and just get like stuff done for the evening. So whichever one is faster is the one I'm gonna make. But that's my update. ARCs are done, they're uploaded, one of them is live, and I am just very excited to be here in this process. And my plan is to, of course, tomorrow go and pick up the Preptober Workbook and then hopefully write. I am working on book 2 in my paranormal romance trilogy. I am also outlining book 3, and I have started outlining the first book in a new trilogy as well. So I have a lot of things going on. I've been very excited and very passionate about storytelling again lately, and it feels amazing because I didn't have that for many years. So I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I will see you in the next clip either tonight or tomorrow. Bye. Also, here's what I see out the window when I look out. We have a Stormy on the right and a Gypsy on the left, and then this thing right here is my compost pile. I started a new compost pile this year and it is doing so well. And then over here is my garden, and you can see right there I have a big sunflower that has finally bloomed, so that's exciting. But yeah, there's the garden and there's the horses. Good morning, friends. It is Sunday morning. At 8:30, I got up about an hour ago, made some coffee. This is my second cup, and I wanted to tell you how excited I am. You know that I set up my review, my ARC review services last night. One of them is still in review, one of them is live. And of course, the first thing I did after I made coffee this morning was log on and see if any of my ARC copies had been claimed. I didn't expect any to have been claimed, but 2 ARC copies have already been claimed on one review service. And the most exciting thing is that one of those readers actually read the entire book last night and posted a review, and it was a 5-star review. I was so excited to read the review and to just wake up to that. I like woke Greg up and I went in there and I read the review to him, and it's just so exciting. The reviewer said that they were originally only planning to read a few chapters last night after they downloaded the ARC, but they got caught up in the story and over the course of 4 hours ended up reading the entire book and leaving a review. And that's just like the highest compliment I think an author can receive, is that a person is abandoning the things they're supposed to be doing to read your book, and they're just so caught up in the story that they have to keep turning the pages. So I officially have one review on that review platform. And the way that platform works is you can select where you want your book to be reviewed. I selected Amazon. I plan to use the KU program, and which means that my book will only be on Amazon. I'm not going to go wide, at least at this point. I do not intend to go wide. We'll see how that goes. But because of that, the reviews won't go live. Like, they can't actually be posted until release day. So the reviewer has reviewed it on the platform, they finished the book, and then when my release day rolls around, that review can be posted on Amazon's platform. So that's my understanding of how this works. Of course, it's my first time using these review services, so I'm sure I'll learn more along the way. But I was just so excited to come on here and tell you that. I have my first review, and it's just absolutely wonderful. It really made my day. So I am going to finish this second cup of coffee. I need to feed the horses. It is quite a cold morning, as you can tell. When I woke up this morning, our thermostat said 54. It was only 54 in here, and that is the coldest it has been in here since like winter or early spring. That is Mew's timer. I'll be right back. So yeah, very cold in here. 31 degrees out this morning, and the sunflowers I showed you last night are drooping today. I think the cold may have officially gotten to them. But yeah, I'm going to get the horses fed, get the cats fed, and then Greg and I are going to head into town. We're gonna go have breakfast at a little vegan cafe and then go pick up the Preptober Workbook. So I will check back in with you then. Okay friends, hello. It is Sunday night now. I have the oven and the microwave timers and stuff on, but I think it's about 6:30. We went out to breakfast. I don't think I've touched base with you since this morning. So we went to breakfast. I went and picked up the Preptober Workbook. The spiral binding looks beautiful. That's all good to go. So I will film that video this week and get that up just in time for the Preptober Workbook to come out on October 1st. I added more to an outline for a new historical fantasy romance series. So I did that for a while. I wrote almost 200 words of the second book in my paranormal romance. I made a huge batch of breakfast burritos. Those are freezing right now. I have cookies in the oven. Those are gonna be done in like 4 minutes. And I am going to get into my comfortable clothes, crawl into bed, and I'm going to write. And I want to try to write 1,667 words for the day, trying to get into the spirit of NaNoWriMo, because that is coming up here very soon. I had a glass of wine. You can see my empty glass back there. So I am feeling quite relaxed, and I'm hoping that it will help me just get a lot of words out, because I have been struggling to get back into book 2 after spending so much time and focus on book 1. I find it very hard to switch gears. So that is the plan. I'm gonna pull these oatmeal raisin cookies out of the oven in 1 minute and 50 seconds. Then I'm just gonna get in my pajamas, crawl into bed, and we're gonna try to write 1,667 words, and hopefully that will wrap up this vlog. Okay, and one other thing I forgot to tell you is I mentioned that ARCs went out yesterday, and that when I logged in today, 2 of the copies had already been claimed and I already had 1 review. The last I checked, 2 more copies had been claimed. So I'm currently up to 4 ARC reviews are out. Very, very excited about it. I hope the readers enjoy the story. And yeah, that was my little update. I turned the timer off, so let's go ahead and pull these cookies out of the oven. Okay, I know this is terrible lighting. There's a bright light behind me and all I have is a rock salt lamp, but we're just going with it because I'm tired. It is 7:15, the cookies are done, they're just cooling. I am finally in bed, in my pajamas, and I want to try to write 1,667 words within 1 hour. So I'm gonna set a timer because I work really well under pressure, and I think I'll get it done a lot faster if I have a timer going. So I'm gonna set the timer, see how long it takes me, and I'm going to aim for 1 hour. Let's start writing. Okay, I probably look pretty tired because I am very tired, but I did it. It took slightly longer than I thought it was going to. It took 1 hour and 7 minutes, but I wrote slightly more than I meant to also. Let me get this pulled up. I have too many files going. I wrote, shoot, I just clicked away, hang on. Okay, I finished chapter 7. I am now working on chapter 8. It is a much more exciting chapter. Chapter 7 was a transition, and those can always be tough, but I'm in chapter 8 and I wrote 1,857 words. The camera is about to die. I'm currently sitting at 17,502 words. I'm in chapter 8 and things are going well. Okay, before this dies, I'm going to wrap it up here and I will see you tomorrow for our final clips. Bye. All right, friends, it is Monday morning. I am back at work. I have quite a lot of copy editing to do this week. And then after I wrap up this video, I also need to film the Preptober Workbook video because that is going to be out this Sunday, October 1st. I can't believe October's almost here. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I am having a really good time vlogging the publishing process again. It's been so many years since I did this. It's just really been a joy to publish my own work again. It's been so many years. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. If you are interested in editing, cover design, or formatting services, you can come check us out at Enchanted Ink Publishing. We would love to work with you. And I am going to get back to work on a copy edit for a client. So again, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.